In Shakespeare's day, people didn't say, I'm going to see a play. They said, I'm going to hear a play. And doesn't that tell you everything you need to know about how different the theater going experience was back then? They didn't have $1 million sets or costumes. They didn't have lighting except for the sun and some candles. Going to the theater was more of an oral or listening experience than a visual one. And this is why understanding Shakespeare's verse is so important, because his language is music. It's so much a part of the experience of the play. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dame Sarah. I'm a professional actor and Shakespeare coach, and I have a free guide to Shakespeare's verse available in my bio. And if you haven't downloaded that yet, what are you even doing? But it's interesting to note that Shakespeare didn't invent iambic pentameter. That was Chaucer. He used it first in his poetry. He also wasn't the first person to bring iambic pentameter to the stage as a dramatic device, as a natural sounding form of verse. That was Christopher Marlowe. But what he did do was he took iambic pentameter to the next level. He said, okay, so if this is the underlying beat and this sounds natural, how can I make it sound even more human, even more natural? I know, I'll mix up the sound of the rhythm here so that it captures the sound of the character's frustration. Or I'll write silence into the verse here because this is the character having an internal realization. And he perfects this so much that it sounds like a great jazz musician improvising over the melody and then returning to it over and over again. The beauty of Shakespeare's verse, to me, isn't in the poetry, which is beautiful. It's in the humanity of it. It's in these small moments of human experience that he captures in his verse. That's why it's so important that if you're working on Shakespeare in any way, you read it out loud. Shakespeare's plays were not meant to be read. They were meant to be performed and meant to be heard. If you rob Shakespeare of his music, you rob him of half his genius. I am not an academic, I'm an actor, so I teach Shakespeare from an actor's point of view. And spoiler alert, it is way more fun. So if that is something that interests you, whether you're an actor yourself or you're just someone who wants to understand Shakespeare a little better, then you are in the right place. Welcome. Like and follow for more.